Thomas Hart Benton was born in 1889 in Neosho, Missouri. He lived in such cities as Chicago, Paris, and New York before he moved to Kansas City in 1935. He remained here until his death in 1975. Known as one of the three major American regionalist painters, along with Grant Wood and John Stewart Curry of Kansas, Benton made his home from 1939 afterwards in an informal house at 3616 Bellevue Avenue. He used his carriage house as a studio. The place is now a Missouri State Historical Site and is open to the public.
Thomas Hart Benton was an American mural painter and printmaker. He became famous for his dramatic paintings of the American scene. Benton's most notable work is the mural of the history of Indiana in the auditorium at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Benton's most expressive work dealt with rural life and mountain people. He studied in Paris and Chicago. He taught at the Art Students League in the New School.
In 1962, Benton was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Letters. Pride in the Midwest came naturally to Benton. He was the son of a Missouri congressman and the namesake of his great uncle, one of the first United States senators from Missouri. Our program will feature slides of some of Benton's best-known works and a redirection to his culture, to songs, and the life and times in which he lived.
Early in the 1920s, Benton began an artistic mission that shaped its course of his career, representing the social and cultural forces of American life. One of his first goals was a mural cycle, the American Historical Epic. The series was meant to have 75 paintings tracing the history of the United States from colonial days to present. The individual canvases are grouped into 3 chapters depicting the arrival and settlement of European colonists, the westward expansion, and the economic life of the early colonies. Palisades was painted as part of Chapter 1 to show European colonists fortifying an early settlement as neighboring Indians watched. The composition focuses on 3 figures driving a stake into the ground to form one of the palisades.
1927, Benton visited the town of Borger, Texas. On July 11, 1926, the Dixon Creek Oil and Refinery Company, which produced 5,000 gallons of oil per day. Missouri real estate promoter Ace Borger started a new town on 240 acres just west of Gresham, and in 90 days the population grew to 3,000. Benton visited the community, which provided a subject matter for his 1928 painting, Boomtown, which conveys some of Benton's feelings about the sudden growth and prosperity of rural America, such as the natural gas being burned off beautifully in the background, while at the same time celebrating the energy and vitality of American life.
And I put her on the riding company. Allemande to the lady on your left, and then you Allemande right to the lady on your right. Now you Allemande left to the lady on the left, and then the grand right, left halfway round that ring. Now do-si-do with a partner, around her back to back, and swing the pretty baby, swing around this track. Then you promenade with a lady round the hall. There'll be a hot time, you first couple ride and circle 4 hands round. It's on to the next and make it 6 hands round. On to the next and make it 8 hands round. There'll be a hot time. Everybody ready? You Allemande left to the lady on your left, and then you Allemande right to the lady on your right, and then you Allemande left to the lady on the left, and then you ran right and left halfway round that ring. Now do-si-do with a partner, around her back to back, and swing the pretty baby, swing around that track. Then you promenade your own and walk with the ladies home. There'll be a hot time. Second couple, you second couple ride and circle 4 hands round, and on to the next and make it 6 hands round. On to the next and make it 8 hands round. There'll be a hot time in the old town. Here we go. You Allemande left to the lady on your left, and then you Allemande right to the lady on your right, and then you Allemande left to the lady on the left, and then the grand right and left halfway round that ring. Now do-si-do with a partner, go round her back to back, and swing the pretty baby, swing her round the track, and then you promenade with the lady round the hall. There'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. Third couple round and circle 4 hands round, and on to the next and make it 6 hands round, and on to the next and make it 8 hands round. There'll be a hot time. Now here we go. You Allemande left to the lady on your left, and then you Allemande right to the lady on your right, and then you Allemande left to the lady on the left, and then the grand ride left halfway round that hall. Now do-si-do with a partner, around her back to back, and then you swing the pretty baby, swing her around this track, and then you promenade with a lady round the hall. There'll be a hot time. We'll come to my last couple. You 4th couple ride and circle 4 hands round, and on to the next and make it 6 hands round. Go on to the last and make it 8 hands round. There'll be a hot time. We'll come to my. Here we go. You Allemande left to the lady on your left, and Allemande right to the lady on your right, and then you Allemande left to the lady on the left and then the grand bride on the left, halfway round around that ring. Now do-si-do with the partner, go round her back to back, and swing the squirty baby, and swing her round the track, and then you promenade with a lady round the hall. There'll be a hot time in the old town.
Show how busy is American life, past and present, as Cedric's first painting. The Jealous Lover is based on a popular folk tune by that name. Benton was a gifted musician. Although he played no instrument before he was 40, he taught himself to play the harmonica and eventually performed in a 3-record album released by Decca, contrasts the lush, ripe wheat with the loneliness and anonymity of the workers. The beetle in the foreground receives special attention, underlying the relative insignificance of the workers in the background. Both workers use signs which were at this time largely replaced by farm machinery.
Exterminate, unlike the three previous paintings, deals with a very specific event, World War II. In 1941, after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, Benton resolved to wake up the Middle West to the grimness of our natural situation. In less than 2 months, he had created a series of 10 paintings called Year of Peril. Exterminate is part of this series. Exterminate, like much more propaganda, depended on the artist's ability to dehumanize the enemy. Benton portrays Germany and Japan as monstrous barbarians standing atop the dead and dying. Benton was just one of 2 United States soldiers attacked the giants, plunging their bayonets into the chest of the Japanese figure. Benton was just one of the many artists, musicians, and writers who did their part for the war effort.
One figure searches the garbage bins for scraps of food, while another waits for soup kitchen handouts, and a third is a meager machine sandwich and coffee.
couple out to the right and circle 4 hands round. Now leave the lady, go to the next and make it 3 around. And take this gal and put her on the right to the next and circle 4. And leave the lady, home we go, side 2 gents, let's go. You side 2 gents with a right hand gal, turn the right hand round. Put the lady on the left with a left hand round, turn the left hand round. With the lady on the right, you ladies chain to the couple across the hall. And chain the ladies back in, and a hurry, don't you stall. With the gal on the left, you now sashay with a couple across the ring. And sashay couples back again as I begin to sing. And ahead 2 gents, you don't see, walk round on heel and toe. Ow, man, let your corners all take your own promenade. You promenade your partner, walk around that hall. There'll be more time for dancing when the work's all done this fall. Now second couple out to the right and circle 4 hands round. Now leave the lady on to the next and make it 3 hands round. And take this gal and put her on the right to the next and circle 4. And leave the lady, home we go, ready to head 2 gents. The head 2 gents with a right hand gal, you turn the right hand round. And the lady on the left with a left hand round and turn the left hand round. With the the lady on the right, two ladies chained with a couple across the hall, and chain the ladies back again, we haven't time to stall. With the lady on the left, you know, sashay with a couple across the ring, and sashay couples back again as I begin to sing. Side two gents with no see-no, walk round on heel and toe. Allemande left your corner, take your own and promenade. You promenade your partner. Third couple to the right. Third couple right in circle four hands round. Now leave the lady, go to the next and circle three with them. Now take this gal and put her on the right to the next and circle four. And leave the lady, home we go. Side two gents, let's go. You side two gents with the right hand gal, you turn the right hand round. With the lady on the left, with the left hand round, turn the left hand round. With the lady on the right, you ladies chain of the couple across the hall, and chain the ladies back again, we haven't time to stall. With the lady on the left, you know, sashay of the couple across the ring, and sashay couples back again as I begin to sing. And the head two gents, you don't see, you'll walk round on heel and toe. Allemande left your corner, take your own and promenade. You walk your lady round that ring, you beat, go wing, 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 and all the way around and around to go. Fourth couple to the right. Fourth couple right in circle four hands round. Now leave the lady, go to the next and circle three with them. Take this gal and put her on the right to the next and circle four. And leave the lady and home we go. And ahead two gents, let's go. The head two gents with the right hand gal, turn her right hand round. And the lady on the left with the left hand round, turn the left hand round. With the lady on the right, you ladies chain of a couple across the hall, and chain the lady back again, we haven't time to stall. With the lady on the left, you know, sashay of a couple across the ring, and sashay couples back again, as I begin to sing. Side two gents, you don't see, don't walk round on heel and toe. Allemande left to the corner, take your own and promenade. You promenade your partner, who'll walk around that hall. Allemande left your corner, grand, right and left around, and halfway round till you meet your own and promenade round. Walk the lady round the hall, walk them one and all. There'll be more constant dancing when the dance all down this hall.
In 1935, Tom Benton returned to his home city of Missouri, become the head of the painting department, and to paint the meal on the house lamp of the state capitol building. He called the meal the social history of the state of Missouri.
The major portion of the mural covers 3 walls. The story begins in the north wall with pioneers coming to Missouri by riverboat and a prairie schooner. The first wall introduces 2 essential themes, the oppression of minorities and the immorality of capitalism. On the left side, a French fur trader exchanges beads and whiskey for furs with an Osage Indian. On the right side, black and white workers construct a house while a slave auction takes place behind them.
while the right half of the wall shows Kansas City. The stockyards are represented by a knot who strikes the butcher's market. In the background is the William Rockwell Nelson Gallery of Art where school children are about to enter with their teacher. Nearby, three men warm their hands around a fire in a trash barrel, a scene calling very vividly.
In the foreground is Businessman's Dinner, presided over by Tom Pendergast, a notorious political boss and attracted by many prominent Kansas City businessmen. Above the door is the legend of Frankie and Johnny, showing the lovers' quarrel that happened in St. Louis in the late 1880s.
lifespan was over 85 years, 1889 to 1975. He lived and worked with great vigor, purpose, and grace right up to the very end. For all his wonderful travels around the world, his home, his heart, his table, his studio, and his wife Rita had the most meaning for him. He was a well-informed man who was interested in his own times as well as the history of He respected his elders in his own fashion, he quarreled with his contemporaries, and had a great admiration for the young. He held to the strong optimism that the youth of today would be society's salvation. He disdained high society and deeply loved the solid underneath layer of common folk. Through his genius he portrayed for all of us these images on canvases and in figures of clay and bronze.
about Thomas R. Benton. Thanks again for coming. Fifth grade did an outstanding job. Reach for the stars. Clearly outstanding. On behalf of the fifth grade children and teachers and myself, we appreciate your efforts, Mrs. Guinan. Hopefully this will thrive in your garden. Thanks everyone for coming. Have a nice rest of the afternoon.